Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into Topic 1, planning and preparing to handle wall and floor tiling materials. In construction, a successful job is absolutely won or lost way before a single tile is even laid. So let's make sure we get it exactly right from the get-go. All right, let's jump right into this essential guide, tailored specifically for your Genesis International College coursework. We're zeroing in on exactly what you need to master for Unit CPCCWF2001, so you can hit the ground running on literally any job site. Think of this as your personal blueprint for success, taking all that theory and bringing it straight into practical application.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll be covering work instructions, compliance and safety, site inspection, PPE, and finally, tools and equipment. Let's get started.
Section 1. The materials you will handle. Now, you've got to remember, you aren't just moving uniform boxes of ceramics here. You'll be dealing with a massive variety of materials. We're talking everything from fragile, paper-thin glass mosaics that feel like they could shatter if you just look at them wrong, all the way to incredibly heavy stone pavers. And the physical properties of these specific materials, well, they absolutely dictate every single planning and safety decision you're going to make next. Moving on to Section 2, Understanding your work instructions. So our golden rule here is to always check twice. Before you even think about mixing up those adhesives, you need to obtain and record your exact work requirements. Is there some bad weather rolling in? What about nearby foot traffic or existing structures? If a single detail in the manual or the specifications is even slightly fuzzy, you need to clarify it with your supervisor immediately. No guesswork allowed. Because precision like this, it doesn't just happen by accident. Knowing the exact building type, the specific exterior or interior cladding requirements, and the worksite rules, that's what ensures you have a flawless plan before you score or cut a single edge. All right, Section 3, Site Inspection and Hazard Controls. You really have to ask yourself this critical question before every single job. What exactly are the hazards on this specific site? Because thoroughly inspecting your environment, doing a job safety analysis, and reviewing your safe work method statement, that is your absolute first line of defense against injury. Obviously, you can't control a hazard if you haven't actually identified it first, right? So you need to directly map your site hazards to strict control measures. For example, if you're dealing with hazardous substances, say old asbestos floor tiles or really strong adhesives, you absolutely must refer to the material safety data sheets and make sure an emergency eye wash is nearby. Got a risk of falling objects or general public traffic? You're going to need to set up strict barricades. It's all about connecting the risk to the solution. But beyond those major hazards, don't forget the basic site prep. Empty the room as much as humanly possible. Mask off electrical fittings so they don't get damaged, kill the mains electricity, and please keep small children and pets far away. As much as we love them, the family dog really doesn't need to be part of your tiling crew.
Which brings us to Section 4, Essential Personal Protective Equipment.
Listen, your eyes are incredibly vulnerable to adhesive splashes and flying shrapnel when you're cutting tiles. So wraparound safety specs? They are completely non-negotiable. They give you that crucial protection from all directions. You'll also want to add a high-quality dust mask so you aren't breathing in leveling compounds, plus some waterproof rubber work boots to safeguard your feet. Honestly, these aren't just suggestions. They are absolutely mandatory at every single stage of the job. And finally, Section 5, Selecting Tools and Equipment. This is where all that earlier planning directly dictates your tool bag. I mean, if you're cutting delicate glass versus really tough porcelain, your equipment needs change entirely. Choosing the right tool isn't just about making the job easier on yourself, it actually prevents the very, very expensive mistake of shattering high-end materials. When you're out on site, you're going to need to balance your load out. You'll have your heavy plant machinery, like concrete mixers and air compressors, for the big, heavy-duty tasks. But you also have to carefully select your precision hand tools. We're talking laser levels for perfect alignment, and manual tile cutters to score straight lines in ceramic and porcelain. Now, some of these cutters handle standard 12-inch tiles, while others are built for massive 24-inch ones. Your work instructions are what dictate exactly which ones you need to bring along. So always rely on a strict checklist before you start. Is the tool available on site? Is it actually the right application for the task? Is it suitable for the current site conditions? And most importantly, check it for serviceability. A broken tool midway through laying some quick-drying adhesive is literally a nightmare you want to avoid. Always check for faults and report any issues like dead batteries or damaged cords immediately. It all comes down to this. Preparation prevents poor performance. By mastering how to interpret your instructions, control hazards, select your PPE, and choose your tools, you've built an absolutely unbreakable foundation. But before we wrap up, I want you to ask yourself, if you were dropped onto a busy site right this second, which critical prep step would you be most likely to forget? Figure that out, lock it in, and I'll see you in the next stage where we actually put all this prep to work.